Well guys, welcome back, Mooch 73. As you can see here, I'm on a deer trail. It runs down just behind us here out onto the open. I'm I don't know, probably about 1,000 metres away. 1,000 metres, not even that really, I don't think, from parts of my village where I live. So yeah, I'm on my doorstep, guys. I've brought my mountain bike out. I'm home, I'm camping, but I brought the mountain bike out. I'm not on Deer Hill, I'm totally over the other side of the village. I'm not as far out as the woodland where the wolf's been spotted over the other side. Yeah. The wolf's been spotted. Right, let me get to this bit. Anyway, I'm here. I'm out, I'm home. Last week, come up on local news and everything here in Hessen. A wolf has been spotted. There was video footage. Some of my friends over are on my Facebook or whatever. You know, you guys have seen the video footage. I've shared it. I got it off my friend Ian and I posted it up. I'm going to stand back a bit here. There you go. And yeah, I posted it up. Well, there's a lot of people saying, oh, it's a Czech wolf dog. Anyone that thinks that, you can Google it, guys, back home UK, or if you're in America, you can Google about wolf spotted Hessen, and you can take a look at the footage. It's probably on YouTube as well. I don't know who originally filmed it, but what I do know is that's no wolf dog in the video. It's no wolf dog at all. The thing being is the gait of it. When you look at the wolf dogs, if I remember rightly, the Czechs used they used herding breeds, as in the Deutsche Schäferhund, or so us Brits like to call it, a GSD, German Shepherd dog, isn't it? You know, yeah, German Deutsche Schäferhund. I think mainly they used the Belgian Malinois. But anyway, when you look at them crosses, you'll see their first crosses, MF1s, if you want to call it that. I know a lot of people near these dog guys, they're gone like the fishing guys. It's an F1, mate. Just be normal, mate. It's an half breed, it's a crossbreed, it's a hybrid. It's, you know, if it's an F1, if it's a first crossed, yeah, I understand that. But come on, mate, anything more than that, it's a mongrel anyway. So anyway, yeah, I'm saying definitely it's a wolf. You see by the way it moves, its bones set, the way it's set, the thickness of it. It definitely ain't a Czech. It ain't a Czech wolf dog. No way. A Czech wolf dog, much slimmer. You got that ribs go, you know, when it goes like that with a dog, and you got that nice dip with the rib cage a bit lower. Czech wolf dog looks like that. A wolf doesn't. A wolf doesn't look like that. The wolf's got a longer hair as well than a hybrid. So anyway, I'm out here. I'm I'm back out. I'm in the bivvy. The last time I done the bivvy video was my first video on the bivvy, the Defcon5. I did enjoy it. I do like using it there. Well, so I do like using it now. It was the first time I used it. It did rain. It did rain, some heavy rain, and I didn't have a tarp with me. Well, I did, but I didn't put a 3x3 up. But anyway, today I'm out. I got my bike, I've rode over here full pack. I'm not far from the house, like I said. I'm right up alongside the deer track. I'm just literally here. I've got a snug pack stasher. I've gone and bought it. What do I think of it so far? It could have done with a couple of extra tabs on it, guys. Snug pack. Any of you guys, you know, if you're a snug pack, I don't know what to call you anymore, because I'm not rating this snug pack malarkey. Because at the end of the day, listen, you call it a G2 stasher. This take up of a basher, you call a stasher. It packs down, guys, it goes in your pocket if you really want to. The thing with it is, when you run it across ridgeline like it shows, yeah, in the middle of the tar hill pool in itself, they ain't massive, they're not no 2x2s, they're a bit under that. And it's got no line there, so you can't pull it like, there's no contact, there's no hole there that you can grab onto, run it along to secure it to the line properly. It's literally thrown over the line, the ridge line, and it's pegged out with the four guy ropes that come with it. It don't even come with pegs, guys. The money you pay for one, right, I thought, right, I'll get that, because it's the same price as buying a second-hand basher. I should have just bought the basher, because what I've gone and done is, it's crazy, it's stupid. But anyway, it's waterproof. It's only just to give me a little bit of shelter over the top. It's meant to drop the -4 tonight. So I'm going to cut the riffraff, all this old malarkey. I'm going to take you up along this track a bit. I'm going to take you round. I'm going to show you. I'm literally just here. You wouldn't see me. If I turn you around right now, you won't see me. I'll show you, look. Right. I'm up here. Where that tree is there. I can't even, over here somewhere, over there. Where that tree is, that's where I am. I've got my mountain bike up here. I'm going to bring you over. I'll show you. Bear with me, guys, bear with me. I'm probably, yeah, go like that. Oh, don't you? Sometimes you just wish. You think you're doing something good, and then boom, bodge it right up. I thought that would have been the easiest way to do this, but obviously it's not. Done it all about tit, or what it is, arse about tit. There you go. I'm on it. What can I say? My friend I went to school with, I grew up with as a kid, Danielle. Your son, he sees this, he's going to be laughing again, right? Because he knows what's coming. As soon as I say Danielle, Danny, let's clip this up a bit more. One more. We're on the move. Right. There's me trail. Right, guys, see me trail. Guys, there you go. Here's me trail. We're on it. Right. Road deer. There you go. There's a clearer slot right there. One, then two. Right, there's that one there. So, we're on the deer trail, guys. Come up here. There you go. It's where they're going. It's where they're moving. Come right up here. Right up here into the cover. They also plot up in here. Here comes the other route round. It's where they've been digging about. They ain't been coming on this side for a little while. And the reason why is that I've noticed is the wild boar have. So I've got wolves, I've got wild boar, I've got raven. There's all sorts out here, guys. I love it. So there's some nice little slip away bits where the boar can get through. There you go. That's how close I am to the village. Sun's going down. Come round here. Draw these out as far as I can. See my reflector of my bike here. Here we go. This is me for the night, guys. That's me set up there. Defcon5 Bivi. Pack's over there. Everything's there. Torch there. Lamp hanging up on the ridgeline at the top at the end there. That's my new ridgeline set up. This is the Snug Pack Stasher. It's waterproof. Don't need nothing massive. It's just to give me a little bit more cover for that. I'm not expecting rain tonight anyway. But like as I say, right, I've got here. I've put a blade up on here for the moment. On here, now I would normally, when you do a top, these here, pull them tight. That one's come over itself there. Right, you pull that. Now that will not move. Once you've got them fastened like so. And what can I get in? Is it blurry? Is it blurry? Yeah, mate. There you go. That's not going to move on my ridgeline. That's locked. But if I loosen it, we all know I can move them along. Right? Now when I have my hammock, I have a clip up here. The top goes to this one. My accessories, whatever I need to go on this one. Now this ain't got a connection there, Snug Pack. So I could fasten it if I get bad weather. Right? You can't. You can't. They say this, you can use this in rescues and everything. Survival, whatever. I can't see it, Snug Pack. Just because you can pop it together on these pop studs along here. You've got male and female. They run on the other side here as well. Here you go, Snug Pack logo. Look, guys. Right, there's a Snug Pack. It's a Snug Pack. Right, you can pop stud them together. There you go. There's the other one. Right. Great idea. You can use it in like a bivvy bag. Right. Great idea. Give you a bit more warmth if you're out there freezing. But seriously, you should have had another tab on here. What's the matter, Snug Pack? Costing money, mate. You're costing me money and you ain't even no good. You ain't even no good, Snug Pack. I'm actually, you know, look, there you go. I'm actually, yeah, it's alright. Don't get me wrong, I can pull out more here. I've got tabs here. But there ain't no tab there for to go on a ridgeline, you know. I think that's stupid. I think that is the most stupid thing going. That's where you want to secure it. If the wind gets up, you need it secured. Fastened to your ridgeline. But anyway, I'm here. The sun's going down. I'm set up. I'm going to chill out for a bit. I'm going to have a beer. And yeah, I'm having my dinner out here this evening. Bit of tea. Nothing special before you start. I've bought a soup with me. I'm doing a sweet potato Indian soup. And I'm going to throw myself a few hot dogs in it. And that'll be me for this evening. I've got some other bits and bobs with me, but that'll do me. And yeah, I'm going to sit down there, guys. I'm going to have a beer. And Defcon5 Bivi bag here. Hoops Bivi bag. On its second run. I did enjoy being out in it the first time round. Even though it totally hammered down and I didn't even put my 3x3 up. Because all I was expecting was a bit of snow. So tonight, it's dropping to about -4. And yeah, we're going to give it a go. We'll see what this is like, -4. Here we go, like I was saying, for Danny's son, in here, Snug Pack, Sleeper Zero. It's the wank sack, you know it. Got my base camp wank sack with me. And yeah, we'll see. It says it's good between -5 Celsius, that sleeping bag. And comfort -5 goes down to -10. Well, we'll see what it's like tonight at -4 at least. So, yeah, I'm going to stop there. My beer's open over there. I'm going to get over there, sit down, have a cigarette, chill out, have a beer. Bring you back soon. So we're grubbed up. And there you go. The owls calling. Blackbirds. Temperature's dropping slowly. That's better. It's cold here. If you don't keep your lighter in your pocket, you ain't getting a light. Back road into the village. I've got my little One Tigress stove with me. I've just had my food on my Crusader Mark 1 set. Now I've got my stove with me. Now what I will do with that is obviously later on, as the temperature's still dropping out now, I'll have myself a little fire, but just inside that, sticking with the leave no trace, no scorch mark on the ground at all then. That's what I'll be setting up in a little while. Just chilling out. Listening to the cars drive into the village. I mean listening to nature. Enjoy, people. Well, morning guys. You're just outside on the yeah, what's it called, the stasher. I'll bring you in a little bit. You can see it's bright out there and there. It's getting bright. We're up to 7 o'clock now. Done me tea, got me tea on. Wrong hole, bloody hell. Well, what can I say? Stasher, yeah, it's frosty underneath it. Would expect it, -4. Slept lovely. No problems sleeping in this. I love this. Absolutely love this Defcon 5. Absolutely love this Defcon 5 hooped bivvy, sniper bivvy. You can unzip the back, drop it down so you wouldn't have to get out of bed if you needed to shoot anybody. That's the idea of a sniper bivvy. It's for lazy snipers who don't want to get up. But yeah, done me brew on my BCB kit this morning. I I weren't getting out and playing around, getting the wood in the one Tigress stove. Didn't see the point of that. I could just grab a couple of Esbit blocks. Esbit, you hear that? I'm not rating them BCB5 block gels. I know there's going to be some Brits that go, you should be using these. No. Listen, mate, like I always say, you do you, I do me. Right? Snug pack, you'll freeze your ass off in a snug pack. Listen. The only man who freezes his arsehole off in a sleeping bag, right, is a guy that didn't go out prepared for cold weather. That's 100% fact. Anybody that's a Brit should damn well full know that there isn't no such thing as bad weather. There's just not being accommodated for it. There's just, you know, you go out, you take the wrong kit out. You see these girls still walking around in places like Southend, Clacton, all up the North East coast, all the way, right? All the way up the East Coast. In the UK, you see them. Winter kicks in and they're still wearing miniskirts and they're standing outside the clubs. And they're freezing. They're freezing in a miniskirt and a little top. And they're freezing. Don't even, if they bring a jacket out, it's like a summer jacket. And you'd be like, are you cold? And they're going, no, I'm all right, honest. It's only a little bit cold. You don't have the right kit for the job. That's when you freeze. You don't have the right clothes on. That's when you freeze. So, snug pack wank sack. Yeah, done the job. Defcon5 Bivi. What you're paying for a second-hand Dutch hooped sniper bivvy, whatever they call it, special forces bivvy. Second-hand, you're paying the same price as what I've paid for this brand new. Right? Your best two, www.defcon5 Italia. Get yourself a new one, guys. It's all YKK zippered. I said it in the other video, but, you know, I cut that short because in the morning it was the same temp as it is now. But what happened was it completely chucked down the rain. So I didn't want to hang around. I didn't even do a brew. I got up, boom, I was gone. It was still dark. Still dark. That was the other side of Christmas. So now, it's lovely. I've got merino wool socks on, right? What happens is, though, this is my thing. What happens is when you're in one of these, there's my boot, see? When you're in one of these, or in a hammock, right? Even in tents, this sort of weather, these sort of temperatures, your boots are always going to stay cold. It don't matter what you've got, your boots going to stay cold. There's two things I can suggest for you. When you wake up and you're sitting in here like I am, you've got a couple of hand warmers, the gel bag ones, pump them on, switch two on, throw them in the bottom of your boots, leave them warm your boots up for you. These are lined, well, they are lined, but they're leather. And as we all know, like our skin, leather holds the cold. No? So, what I would suggest is you either stick a few hand warmers in them, look for a pair of electric inner soles. You can get them. I've got a pair. I ain't even brought mine. I haven't even used mine since I got them. I've had them about about 2 years now. About 2 years I've had them. I haven't even charged them up to see if they work. Crivet, they do them. You charge them up, plug them in with USB, plug them in, charge them up, bring them out with you. The batteries have got a little battery pack, right? But if you wear a combat boot, you put your inner sole in your boot, wear your combat boots or a hiking boot. It's got a cable comes up from underneath the inner sole, so you'd bring it up at the back of your boot, hook it on your boot, the battery, switch it on, heats your boots up, right? Another thing I'm after, I am after a pair of, not a pair, I'm after one of them, an insulated boot bag would be ideal. But you don't want nothing massive, see? Because at the end of the day, you want to be able to just fold it down, smash it down and put it in your bag out of the way. Because when you're under something like this, look, that's it, all right? When you're under something like this, you got to remember, when it gets frosty like it's done this morning, believe you and me, it's frosty. This is all ice on here. Here, you can hear it, ready? When it's frosty like this, you've got to remember, you know, you've got to try and get your bag under here as much as you can. Or you've got to throw your cover over your bag, get your cover out. Now, some of these military bags, they don't come with a cover. This one I've got here, it don't come with a cover. But it's got a roll down. It's got to untie it and you roll it down. Some of the boys, they call them other arms rucksack for the British Army. Others, we know them as a turtleback. It's a good pack. It's a good pack. I can zip off my sides like on a standard pack on a Bergen, and I can stick a yoke to it and turn it into a 20-litre day pack if I want to do one, if I want to disappear, you know. I could leave my pack here, unzip me pockets off, and I could go for a mooch. And I can take sufficient gear in these two pockets, you know, and I can move on. I can do a little mooch, I can stick a few snares, catapult, whatever. You can get it in there, you get your bottle of water and so on. But yeah, definitely I've got to look into getting myself an insulated bag. And for me boots, just, I don't even know, it's keeping the frost off them. I am debating, I've got a pair of merino wool socks on. By a company called Wool Power. They come from Sweden. Quality, I will say, they are quality. I only got the Wool Power 400s. I probably should have stepped it up a level, but at the end of the day, I've also got a pair of what do they call them? Thermalite. I've got a pair of Thermalite socks with me. So what I've done is I walked out here, I come over, I wore my Thermalite socks. They're nice, thick, they're long, they're a proper combat boot sock. Hard to get hold of. I've been trying to look up and get a few more pairs. I wish when I ordered these, excuse me, that's me breakfast. When I ordered these, the ones I got, I should have ordered a few more pairs. Because now, they're gone. They don't sell them in the shop. The shop that I bought them down in Austria, I ordered them online. I thought, yeah, you know, I've got a couple of other various types of socks. They'd do the job. I've got the Thermalites. I wish, like I say, I bought a few more pairs because they're getting harder and harder to come by. Now I've got these wool socks on. I swapped over. When I knew I was going to get me nut down for the night, I swapped my socks out. Now, because I know how cold it is this morning, I'm going to leave my merino socks on. And I'm going to stick the other pair on over the top. Just to give me that bit more insulation, so to say, you know. And yeah, I've had a good night. An owl wouldn't stop all night long. It ain't until it's really started getting light there that it's actually stopped calling. It started, I don't know what the time was. Must have started about 6 o'clock.
And it just went on and on all night long. I'm glad it weren't one of the bigger owls screaming. It wasn't that sort of, you know, because we get them out here and they scream and it really sounds like something from a horror film. It's funny because after I'd set up here last night, usually while I go into a spot, first thing you should do, I didn't do last night. I'm just getting used to where I go out and about, you know. Where I've stashed my bike up over at the side here, I've noticed in there the ground's been turned over. So the boar have been coming through as well. Well, 2 o'clock last night, I had a little visit. Little bit of noise going on through here behind me. Coming, rustling and shit. Woke me up. Could hear them, the noise, you know. They're on these leaves are freezing over. And they're crispy, so they're crunching around on them. I don't know how many there was. I think there was probably about 8. Don't know, 6, 8. And we're making some noise. I think it's mainly young ones. Because out in there, they've brought in a law. They've brought in a law because we've got so many boar. They brought in a law that if it's up to a yearling and above there, they can shoot here. I don't know if it's all over Germany, but it's definitely here in Essen. If they're a yearling or above, they can slot them. Because we've got that many, they can there shoot them on sight. But this little area here, it's a little, it's like a little sanctuary to them, you know. There's no shooting done on this bit here. If I go out across these open fields here, I'm on the woods and everything, they're shooting them. Between here and a spot further that way, they don't shoot them. And because this ain't a big wood, what I'm in here ain't a big wood, this is just like some shrubs. It's only about, I don't know, 50, no, it's about 35, 40 metres. It runs about 200, 300 metres long. And this is a little plot they like to get in. Because they know they ain't getting hassled here. So yeah, last night, 2 o'clock, I got woke up. They're rummaging around over here. I didn't unzip it all. I knew what it was. There's only 2 things that would be coming through here, and that'd be my roe deer or the boar. If it's on the ground, it's the roe deer or the boar. So yeah, I laid here. I told them, well, I'll give them the good, you know, the, how can I say it? Without swearing, no, listen, without swearing. It wouldn't be me if I didn't swear. I told them to fuck off. Told them straight. I just laid in there and I went, where'd you fuck off? It went quiet. Done a they moved out. This morning again, about 4:15, 4:45. They must have thought whatever it was has gone. They come back through. I just coughed. Off they went. Off they went. Job done. Nothing to worry about. See, the only trouble you'll get trouble with boar, the only time you'll get trouble with boar is when, excuse me, I'm just sorting out my sugar and everything on the other side there, is when they have young. When they got the young, when the older ones breed up and they get the young, springtime, they get narky, they get problematic. But I've never had no problem with them so far. I've got a video on YouTube here where you'll see a few of them. I've got one short video where I was riding to work, where the wolf's been spotted. where I used to work, we moved accommodation anyway. So you know, I used to see quite a few. I used to see quite a few when I used to ride work in the morning. And you know, the bore ain't no problem. A lot of people, I've got a friend back home, Jamie, and he keeps saying, "Oh, I won't be out here. I won't," you know. Listen, them pigs are more scared of you than you are of them. The only time them pigs are gonna give you trouble, them wild boar, is when they feel they're in, you know, they're in danger. That's when they've got their young. That's when they're at their most vulnerable. So that's when they're most turned on, you know. That's when they're switched on. They're ready for aggro. They'll give you some aggro then. They'll weigh your dog in, no problem. They'll sort your Jack Russells out, unless your Jack Russell's born and bred working. They will smash your dog up. And you've got to remember that, like I say, they have up to like 6.5 inch tusks. And don't forget, a boar has 2 sets, top and bottom. And they clack them together. So you know when they're angry and you're out here, if you see them and they start going clack, clack with them, you know it's time to make tracks. And never take your eyes off of them. Never take your eyes off of them. That's all you know, it's basics. It's nothing to be worried about. It's it's just wild boar. I know they get big. They can get big. But around here and there, like I say, the last 2 years they've had this law in and it's shoot on sight. You know, so there's plenty of bacon flying around in this, and anybody tells you, you know, we've got a shortage, they're telling you lies. They're telling you lies. They just don't know the right people will get them, you know. But anyway, I just thought I'd bring you through. Say good morning. I've had my tea. I'm going to chill here for a while. I'm probably going to get some shots out of the frost and that. The sun's come up behind me. I didn't bother get up and go and get any video footage or nothing like that this time. I think I'll do enough of that, didn't you? Always when I'm out, I'm up for sunrise, and it's looking a bit pinky out over that way, but nothing special. So I'm going to chill here for a bit. I'm going to get up. I'll get some photos or whatever. I have a little nosy around, and I'll bring you back. So speak to you in a bit. Right, here we go. Just letting you see. Nice and frosty. Sun's coming up on the houses through there from over that way. And yeah, there's a little bit of pinkness in the sky. But this is where I'm off to. Let's go and have a little look-see. This is where they come through last night. Right over there onto to where I was. It was definitely boar. Another trail right through here. Comes out, goes round. As you can hear, it's still very fresh underfoot. And there's brambles everywhere to trip you up. Let's have a look, guys. That's where they go through. See, I told you it's not very big. It's not very big. It's trees here and everything. But it's their favourite spot. They know they ain't getting no aggro over here. That's why they use this. Boom.
There you go, guys. Bosh. That's my morning. Out there in the woods over the back there. It's where I camp quite a bit. Just setting the legs up, guys, because I've got yours on my tripod. So excuse me, spinning you round. Clack, clack. There you go. That's how it is. If I pull you out the sun a bit like that. That's better. So yeah, very frosty. We're out. It's a nice chilly one. And I'm going to sort out in a little while, shut everything down, get back home for some grub. Feels a little bit warmer when you're out here in the sun. But like I say, I hit -4 last night, and yeah, it was fresh. Norgie on. Deutsch Norgie, not a British one. Base layer I put on over the top in the end because I didn't bother taking my Norgie off. So that's a fleece base layer. The Norgie underneath that. British combat fleece over the top that goes to your jacket, which obviously, yeah, you can slip your sleeves over, so when you wear the mittens, the British Army mittens or whatever, it can all slide in so you won't get no draft, no wind like I'm getting it me on the back of the neck now. But yeah, it's nice. I've got me gloves with me as well. My sealskins, full fingers, sealskin mountain bike gloves. Now they go down, they say -3. I've said it a few times on the past couple of videos. They go to go down to 3 degrees. I've had them at -3. I've worn them in the rain, they're waterproof. I've had them at -3, windy, -4, snow and chucking down the rain. They're a good glove, but you don't always need them, you know. You can put your hands in your pockets. My fingers are a little cold at the moment, but yeah, I'm gonna get myself together. I'm gonna get back watching the looks like a pair of great tits here in the apple tree calling, tweeting around. I'm gonna sort myself out, pull my gear down, wrap up, get home, have some breakfast, cook a roast dinner today. I ain't had a roast dinner in a little while. We've been doing other things on Sundays, and obviously we was away a holiday a couple of weekends ago, so we didn't have a roast dinner while we was away. We was too busy eating takeouts. But yep, I'm up here, it's fresh, the sun's out, looks like it's going to be a lovely day. We're expecting bad weather all week long. Once the weather starts warming up, I'm going to get out with a new tent. I'm going to get out with me, what's it called? Blackthorn 2 by Highlander, British company up there in Scotland. I'm going to get out in the Blackthorn 2 and I'll be bringing the dog out. It's too cold really, -4s. I just didn't want to put her on the spot, you know. She'd be better off indoors with Sabina, so she's at home. But next time, you know, when this weather gets up a bit there, we could still get snow. We could still have -3, -4 come Easter. So we could still get snow by then. So I'm just watching how the weather's going, how it's playing out, what the temps drop down to. And they keep dropping down like this, and obviously I ain't going to bring her out when it's really cold. I'll run her out in it, but just stay still for ages, you know. I don't think it's any good for her. I don't think it's any good for her. I haven't got a big air mat. I only got a single man air mat. If I had a double, to whack in a double tent, and then she'd have her own side because she's got her own snug pack jungle blanket as well. But yeah, I feel that breeze getting up on me. Oh, breeze getting up. But yeah, I'm going to crack on, guys. I'm going to crack on. I'm going to get myself done, packed down, get everything packed down, throw my pack on my back and ride down towards the village. But I'll go round the outskirts because I live on the other side of the village. And yeah, nice to be back. It's so good to be out camping. If I'm lucky next week. If I'm lucky to get out, or I'm gonna swing it in the hammock. I think the hammock's coming out next weekend. If I actually get out on the field camping or in the woods, it'll be in the woods or a wooded area. I might hit Deer Hill instead of going right out over to here, over that way. I might just go and hit Deer Hill, the other side of the village, get up on the hill, kit up over there. We'll see. We'll see what's happening. If I can get out next weekend, guys, I will be out. Anyway, thanks for coming along. Thanks for watching my videos. Thanks for the support. Like and subscribe. Share if you would like to. That's, you know. But make sure you hit that bell, guys. Subscribe. Get the notifications. Got a few bits coming up. I'm going to try and get myself a snare setup done. I'm going to buy some, what do you call it, 24 gauge brass wire. It's only single strand. It ain't what I'm used to using. It is not what I'm used to using. Because this stuff I'm going to have to make them for out here, right? Because I don't think they've got anything like that's allowed out here. Nothing like that, you know. But that's the plan, isn't it? You know, nothing's allowed anywhere. UK, yes, a lot of people will say, no, they're banned in the UK as well. They're not banned in the UK. Snares are not banned. There's laws to snaring. It's not banned. But on a survival perspective, you should be able to make a snare. You should be able to make one. If you can't make one, and you're into survival or prepping and everything, the preppers, I'll always repeat it, preppers, you've really got to learn things like that. You've got to learn, you know, how high to set the bottom of the loop. You get tealers now, guys. You get tealers. And what a tealer is, it's like, I suppose, like a post if you was to make a hangman's setup and you was about to hang someone. You have to bring them up so high off the ground. So the tealer is made of wire, but it's obviously a much thicker gauge than using a 24 gauge. A 24 gauge is just your snare wire. That'll connect to a tealer. And what a tealer does is shaped like an L. You stick one part in the ground, the top bit that comes up and L's out. That's where your snare comes to, and your loop of your snare. Then it's tied to this, connected to your peg in the ground. Now that sets it at a height to get this small game, rabbit, whatever, to catch them, to noose them, get them, strangle them basically. Let's not beat about the bush. It strangles them. Now the thing is you've got to be up. When you set snares, you've got to set them, put them out the night before on their trails, but you've got to be there first thing in the morning, you know. You'll find, if you do try snaring, anything like that, you may find you end up with a bit of body left. You may find you've got the head and no body, because what'll happen is if a fox or a predator like a fox, a martin or whatever, we've got polecats and everything out here, they will take your game. They will take your dinner, guys, right? And you never leave a snare set up all day. You never leave it set up all day. That is against the law, right? So you set them up just before it gets dark. Make sure you've got markers where you set them up so you know where you're looking for them the next morning. And yeah, that's how you go about snaring. But I'm going to get myself some 24 gauge wire at some point. I'm going to set a couple up, you know, make myself a noose. I'm not going to use tealers and all of that malarkey. I've never used them. Well, I've been with my mates that have used them, but I've never used the tealer. I've set up and I don't need it. If you set up at the right angles, if you get your height right, you don't need tealers. They say now, I'm sure it is in the British law of snaring, that you've got to use a tealer. But personally, you ain't going to carry tealers with all your kit. You're not going to fit them in a tin, a survival tin or whatever, because they're so long, right? You ain't going to fit one of them in a survival tin. You look at a British Army survival tin, you ain't going to really get nothing in there. It's a tobacco tin, you know? So you're going to get your wire in them, and that's it. So at the end of the day, you're best to understand what sort of height you want the bottom of the loop to come to, right? And that is to balance off, like, say your fist height, to balance off like your loop comes off like that. I don't set them round, never set a snare round when it comes to small game on a wire, right? Never set a wire round. I set it like a teardrop. Now what happens is where the wire has to loop back on itself, I put a little kink in the wire. So it's set like a teardrop, and then as this wire comes back round and loops onto the bit of wire, I put a kink in it, so it holds it there at that. The wire itself holds itself. I don't need a tealer. I don't need a tealer. And as long as you're sticking about my fist height, a little bit over, just get that wire bouncing off of there, right? That's big enough to take game. That is enough. That's high enough. You don't set them so high, because you set them so high, you're missing. You've always got to remember a rabbit of bags. It lollops like a hare. It's got that. It's not in a rush, so it ain't running. It lollops. It just does its thing, doesn't it? Just hops along. That's how you can miss them. They can go round your snares. Once you've got it set up, though, burn it with a lighter. Run a flame round your lighter, you know, run it round a wire like so, slowly just burn it. Burn all your scent off of it. Never set up snares when you're wearing like your normal clothes, because where you're going on them rabbit runs, them trails and everything, when you're on them, you've got to get down on the ground. Now what's happening is your scent is going to be left there, right? So if I was, say I was snaring out here, if I planned going snaring this evening, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wear the right jacket, right? I've got a British combat jacket, the windproof smock Mark II in the DPM, same camo as this. I've got MTP, but I don't wear an MTP smock. I've got the DPM. Now what I do with that jacket is I wear it out here in the fields. I've worn it all the time back home in the UK. I don't wash it. I don't wash that jacket. There's no need for me to wash that jacket, right? It's just for out in the fields with dogs or fishing, whatever, all the stuff I used to do back home, that's what it's for. So it's got its own smell, isn't it? It's not a bad smell, but it's not smelling like perfume, deodorants, soap powder, Lenore Comfort or Matalan if you live out here, or whatever it's called, they're one over here. It don't smell like none of that. It's just smells like nature. It's just been rubbed around in the fields, isn't it? And that is what I use when I'm stalking with air guns. I've used it, snares, anything where I used to run game. That's the jacket I wear. I won't be putting on my Helicontex pilgrim jacket. I won't be pulling out my Swiss Life, you know, thick lined thermo jackets and stuff like that. It's no good. It's no good. I'm not going to walk around in stuff like that. You got to do all these sort of things. You've got to take into consideration, you know, because if you're out and you feel, oh, I'm going to go get me some rabbits tomorrow, so I'm going to set my snares up tonight. Leave your scent all in their runs. They ain't coming. They're going to go elsewhere. So it's things like that. You've got to learn to understand it. Everybody's out in this doing all this wild camping and doing this bushcraft, right? It's all good. It's all good doing your Ray's Mears, lads, ladies and gentlemen. It's all good doing your Ray Mears bushcraft in it, right? You can understand all that. But if you don't understand how to track an animal and how to use your kit to your advantage, then dinner's off the menu and you're going to be living on powdered this, powdered that, and dry frozen and put into a pot and boil a pot and stick your pack in to get your grub all the time. Ration packs, MREs, or whatever you want to call them these days. Change the names and all that malarkey. You don't need to be doing all that. It's always, don't get me wrong, it's always good. But a bit of fresh meat at the end of the day, guys, goes a long, long way. Anyway, this is how it is. I'm done, Mooch73. Like I said, like, subscribe. Do what you got to do, you. Just take in, when you watch these videos, guys, just take in a bit of everybody's. Don't, you know, take every man on this YouTube and do all this stuff as a gospel. Because you'll find some of their stuff ain't going to be fitting to you. It might be a gospel for them. It might play out well for them. They might be lucky. They might get the SAS and Elite Forces Handbook. They might buy a copy of that. And they might read in it about snaring and traps and stuff. And they go, oh, it says to get your game, to catch something in your snare, you've got to run mud round the snare. It's useless. It's useless. You want a meal tomorrow morning. You don't want it in 2 weeks' time. And all this about weathering snares, you know. Oh, I've heard it all my life. But what's your snares hanging up outside your shed for? They're weathering. What? They're weathering. Why are they weathering? Burn the wire around when you've set it up. Move out the area. Job done. That's all you got to do. Anyway, bing bong, I'm gone, Mooch73. Squeeze you later. Love you, leave you. Top geezers. Love you all. Thank you.